Hello, I'm Jonathan Kay, reporting for Room Now at ACR Convergence 2021, which was to have taken place in San Francisco. This morning, four posters about biosimilars were presented in the RA treatments poster session. Multiple biosimilars of adalimumab, etanercept, infliximab, and rituximab have been commercially available in the European Union since 2013. However, only three biosimilars of infliximab and three of rituximab are presently available in the United States. Although six adalimumab biosimilars have been approved by the FDA, none will be commercially available in the US until 2023 because of agreements between their manufacturers and AbbVie. GP 2017 is a biosimilar adalimumab with a low citrate concentration buffer that was approved by the FDA in 2018 as adalimumab ADAZ. In poster 822, Hexel presented data about injection site pain following GP 2017 dosing from the two pharmacokinetic studies that were conducted in healthy volunteers and the two comparative efficacy studies that were conducted in patients, one in plaque psoriasis and the other in RA. Only about 5% of subjects treated with this biosimilar adalimumab experienced mild injection site pain at 1 hour after dosing. The rest experienced no injection site pain. This finding is positive, but not surprising, given the low incidence of injection site pain that has been observed following administration of high concentration adalimumab reference product in a citrate-free buffer. It would have been more informative if this poster had presented data comparing injection site pain in GP 2017 treated individuals to that in the subjects who had been treated with adalimumab reference product. SB5 is another biosimilar adalimumab that was approved by the FDA in 2019 as adalimumab BWWD. In poster 820, Biogen presented an interim analysis of an ongoing observational study that enrolled 510 patients with RA, psoriatic arthritis, or axial spondyloarthritis from 35 clinical practices in 6 European countries who transitioned to SB5 after a minimum of 16 weeks of treatment with the adalimumab reference product. Most patients were either in remission or had stable disease activity at the time of transitioning. Among the 43% of subjects who had completed 48 weeks of treatment with SB5, mean disease activity scores remained essentially unchanged. Although not unexpected, the results of this observational study, conducted in the context of clinical practice, support transitioning from adalimumab reference product to the biosimilar. In poster 817, Hubert Marotte presented a similar interim analysis of an ongoing observational study that enrolled 649 patients with RA, psoriatic arthritis, or axial spondyloarthritis from 70 centers in France who were initiated on treatment with the infliximab biosimilar CTP13. This was the first biosimilar monoclonal antibody that had been approved by the FDA in 2017 as infliximab DYYB. In this study, over 70% of subjects were in an active disease state when CTP13 was first administered. Among those who had not previously received infliximab reference product, disease activity improved over 24 months of treatment with CTP13. Among those patients who transitioned from infliximab reference product to the biosimilar, disease activity remained stable. Although 70 to 80% of all patients with psoriatic arthritis or axial spondyloarthritis and 75% of patients with RA who had previously not been treated with infliximab reference product persisted on CTP13 treatment at month 24, just over half of those RA patients who had never received infliximab reference product remained on CTP13 at month 24. The main reason for their discontinuing CTP13 was lack or loss of response to treatment. Again, although not surprising, the results of this observational study conducted in the context of clinical practice support transitioning from infliximab reference product to the biosimilar. Finally, in poster 823, Fresenius Kabi presented for the first time data about their proposed tocilizumab biosimilar MSB 11456. They conducted a pharmacokinetic study in healthy men and women comparing MSB 11456 to both US and EU-sourced subcutaneously administered tocilizumab. As expected, since this proposed tocilizumab biosimilar has been shown to be highly similar to its reference product in comparative analytical studies, It exhibited equivalent pharmacokinetic parameters and comparable safety and immunogenicity to the reference product in this clinical trial. Notably, fewer than 3% of subjects developed neutralizing anti-drug antibodies. I look forward to seeing the results of the comparative efficacy study that will be conducted in patients with a disease for which tocilizumab reference product is approved. Biosimilars have gained wide acceptance in the European Union and elsewhere in the world. Use of biosimilars in the US has been much lower than that in other countries, largely because the economic benefit of biosimilars has not yet been fully realized. However, the availability of multiple infliximab biosimilars in the US has already driven down the price of infliximab reference product by more than 50%. Now, the average sales price of infliximab biosimilars and of infliximab reference product are relatively similar. Thus, the introduction of biosimilars has yielded cost savings for the healthcare system. However, these savings must be shared with the patients who are given the biosimilars so that they too will realize this economic benefit. For more coverage of ACR Convergence 2021, go to rheumnow.com. I'm Jonathan Kay.